From Soldier Field in Chicago, it's Week 4 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. They're going to mark that where it went. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
One play action, Fields. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. A hole to dig out of here, 2nd and 17. Another try after the first down sack. Fields. And right away, he lost the football. And this is good by the Lions.
It don't even matter.
And into the end zone. Scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this game, that's exactly what happened.
We'll be singing in the shower postgame. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Now a run with Montgomery. And that is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break up that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Fields. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. And this one is going just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
And a good return as he stopped shy of the 30-yard line.
definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better. Definitely going to keep an eye on him. He's got to use this.
The last run got six. Now second and 4. Go off the handoff. Here's Swift. Near the 40 to the 39.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, it's almost a tendency breaker.
On 1st and 10, Goff. He gets this complete to Cephas. And he gets it in midfield before he's brought down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
From the 50, it's gone. They'll find Williams on the slant. They'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big play there on the catch and run.
That was awfully nice. Hit him in stride, and off he went. It was almost like the ball hitting him was like him receiving a baton, and he was running the anchor leg in a relay race.
From the rest, they'll look to throw. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Receiver guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
2nd and 10. To the air again. Goff. Steps away to his left. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Now Goff. Touchdown. Rashad Perriman, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions add on to their lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. Kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback. And they'll begin at the 25. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because the field goal way of doing it makes it harder, puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6. I'm more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Now the numbers on the ground for Montgomery in last week's affair. 19 carries, 78 yards.
He's been a huge part of their winning streak because he establishes not just an identity and a tone, but the team relies on him. He takes care of the football, he gains yardage for him, chews up clock, and that's been a big part of why they're winning games lately.
Fields to throw on 3rd and 1. The Bears first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. After one, a 14-3 ball game. it's 2nd and 4.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play,
Allen Robinson, kiss him goodbye. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. The Bears have cut it to within a score. Santos with the extra point, and the lead is down to 4. 5 summary that time, 5 plays. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. After the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
and just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go and look at the tablet, see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On first down, Swift, and he'll dive forward here to make sure he gets something out of that one, but not much. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And hit it up near the 45. He'll spot it at the 44. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down in midfield.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. Looking for Perriman there. He's got him. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big play that time on the catch and run.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 21-10 game. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. On the return, it's Trey Cohen. And tackle just shy of the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And this not an easy situation. You're down early in the elements. You're on the road. And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. Levi Onwuzurike able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Fields. Let's go. Down he goes. Deshaun in there to drop it for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Now on 4th down is the punt team sending this one away. Taking it around the 40. A punt of 38 yards officially, and the Lions will take over. Getting set to go again here on offense, Jared Goff trots back onto the field. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat-trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration. But he certainly did a nice...
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from
after reviewing the play, the run on the field is reversed.
So that challenge, a successful one. From just shy of midfield, Goff steps away. And he's around, but not before getting it inside the 35. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Gone. He's got this one complete to Perriman. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Back to throw, Goff. Rolling to his left. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jared Goff as the first half is winding down. And the Lions will extend their lead here just before halftime.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was finished off with a 10-yard touchdown scamper. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. From way up at the 23. They're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The Bears offense ready to go for the next drive. And with decent starting field position, there may be only a couple completions away from field goal range. And that's complete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all. I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Back to the air. Fields on second down. That's complete to Mooney. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. A final shot before the break. Fields. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
A final shot before break. Fields. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert. They turn it over. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we'll check in with Jonathan Coach for our EA Sports Time Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit, but first let's take...
All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain's to continue as we are underway in the second half. And here comes the return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So here are the Lions to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak and right now looking good in this one as well. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Williams is going to have the first down and a little more. And he'll take it to the 43-yard line.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gap. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
A play fake for Swift. Now Goff. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Goff now to throw. On the move to his left.
On 3rd and short, not only did he get away from the rush and pick up a first down, he picked up a whole lot more than that. And how did he get it done? Evaded the rush, kept his poise, then had direct traffic as he moved downfield to pick up extra blockers. A really nice run.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 50 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Give it 9 line there on the first down completion.
I know we just saw a nice throw and catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Jamal Williams, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. That time, a 9-play drive. And it was Jamal Williams who ended things with a touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Cohen now to return. And he takes it near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Romeo Okwara. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Fields. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. It can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop. A man down on the return. Well, he gets a 10-2. We'll step aside. Good start field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Out of the gun. Out to his left. Firing quickly here. And him down as he inside the 40.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Goff's throw complete there to Pyramid.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and a yard. Goff now looking to throw. He's got a man. It's his fullback.
And they pick up a first down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a fullback playing in that spot.
Well, times have changed, right? The old school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college with all the spread offenses, not very many pro style.
In for the Lions, touchdown. Jared Goff with his third touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Lions are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
And it's incomplete, but a flag is down here, so hang on. Let's see what we've got. So we race the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was it the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking like the 2x2 inch ones that you can buy.
Yeah.
In addition to the pencil.
And those last for
A long time.
no doubt.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. On first down, it's Fields. And Graham's got it over the middle. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have 5-2 on that side of the ball.
And this pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch,
nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
a lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
And that would be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. They snap to Fields. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bears tried it on fourth down, unable to convert. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. They'll run on first down. Swift. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It was Terez Hall that time who was able to get him down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Once again, it's Swift. Shy at the 15. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 87 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. Throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
On first down, Goff steps away. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. Can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to. Because when you get to if you get 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better. I know we could sit up here and dance around a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you would, I mean, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you just say, well, my kicker's hurting this spot. No.
Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. The coaches when he scores, win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
We've seen the pressure get to him several times in this game. There, though, we see him escape it.
And we've seen this rookie video before as well. That type of pressure, oftentimes, what do you resort to? Your legs, try and escape. What you hope is that this doesn't become habit for him, that he learns how to handle the pressure, still keep his eyes downfield, and make some throws.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. To throw again on second down. Fields. The screen pass here to Cullen. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down to 9. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's third down. Now it's Fields. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Santos now to add the PAT. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And Detroit back in possession of the football. And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start first and 10. A little jet sweep to start the drive. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they get him down before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. They'll try to run down some clock with Williams. The all-pro in 2 positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Mike 16, Mike 16. Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. 14. 14. 52.
Williams going to get it again on second down. Williams is going to have the before going out. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Throwing now, Goff. Forced out to his left. Nifty move. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even with the cover. Not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Detroit, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Minnesota Vikings.
it ain't stopping. Oh no, you go. I'll be sorry for your feelings.